Chapter 1. The Hanging Garden. The Hanging Garden of Ring 5 was bathed in simulated sunlight, so perfect you could forget you were inside a metal structure thousands of kilometers from any planet. UV projectors placed above the crystal dome synthesized the exact spectrum of light from old Earth, and the temperature was kept constant at 22 degrees. The air held the scent of damp soil and fresh flowers, a luxury few could ever experience. Livia Vane ran her slender fingers over a projection screen thin as gold leaf. Dax's biometric data scrolled in dense strings of numbers. Her face, smoothed by cellular regeneration treatments, was now twisted with worry. Her morning robe, made of smart fibers that adapted to body temperature, had discreet embroidery on the back, a stylized oak tree in silver thread. It was the hallmark of Ring 5, the highest status in the entire cluster. While workers wore practical coveralls with the symbols of their labor, the elites wore robes that spoke of power and permanence. "Yes, we know who he is from the files," she sighed, closing the window with a sharp motion. "But we don't know who this specimen really is, Vane. Muscle density 340% above average, adapted oxygen consumption. He's not just an ordinary worker, he's a biological anomaly. I don't want him near our daughter, not even in a sterilized room." Vane, seated on the private terrace where a lemon tree grew, a luxury only 3 families in the entire cluster could afford, picked a ripe fruit. His robe was more elaborate than his wife's. On his chest, he wore gold embroidery indicating his role as Supreme Archon, and the oak on his back was larger, with stylized branches extending to his shoulders. "Relax, my dear," he said calmly. "Ilara is safe. Even we have to follow protocol sometimes, especially when the Council is watching us. At 18 cycles, she has the right to a compatibility meeting. It's a fundamental right." "Protocol?" Livia replied impatiently. "Letting her meet him? If our daughter thinks she's in love with someone from maintenance, we let her play out her fantasy. Medical Shuttle 7 is the most controlled environment in the cluster. She'll see with her own eyes, through clear data, that they're not compatible on any level. His air would irritate her, the strength difference would make contact dangerous. She'll understand the biological reality and come home. Clean." The last word hung in the air like a sentence. Livia nodded, partially reassured, though a shadow of doubt still darkened her gaze. "I hope you're right, but his file has gaps. The augmentations are too advanced for a standard worker. Who installed them?" Vane finished his drink and stood up. "Workers modify their bodies for efficiency. It's necessary for the cluster's operation. Don't obsess over details." He walked towards the glass balustrade overlooking the cluster's center. From this height, he could see all 5 rings rotating in silent harmony. It was a perfect pyramid, a stable hierarchy that he administered. "Go see Ilara," he said without turning around. "Help her prepare. I want everything to go smoothly. The Council is watching me closely. I can't afford to look weak." Livia walked down the corridor to her daughter's room, passing sensory screens projecting green forests from old Earth's archives. She reached the massive door finished in silver mother-of-pearl and knocked softly. "Ilara? Open up, it's Mom!" Silence. She knocked again, more insistently. "Ilara, can you hear me?" No response. Livia brought her wrist close to the biometric scanner. "Aura, administrative override. Override code 5 Archon. Open the door." A discreet metallic sound. The door slid smoothly open. The room was a textile battlefield. Dresses that shifted color, pressure suits, ceremonial robes, everything thrown about. In the middle of the chaos, Ilara was curled up on her bed, face buried in a pale blue shirt. She was crying with short, hiccuping sobs. "What happened?" Livia rushed in. "Should I call a doctor? What hurts?" Ilara looked up, eyes red-rimmed. "It hurts that I don't know what to wear," she whispered, her voice hoarse. "I know we'll have the protective suits in the medical shuttle, but I want to be beautiful when he sees me. The first time, no screens, no distortions. I want it to be perfect." Livia stopped. For a moment, she had forgotten the protocols and political pressure. She saw only an 18-cycle-old girl in love for the first time. Then she realized something else. "How did you get in?" Alara asked suddenly. "My door was locked." "It was open," Livia lied quickly. "Probably deactivated itself. I'll have the engineers check it." Alara looked at her suspiciously but didn't press. She wiped her tears and took a deep breath. "Mom, I'm scared. Not of him, but that the test will show incompatible, and then what do I do?